Ready?
Play the sound for him. Yeah, you need to talk to Shota. Shut the fuck up.
Al didn't hear that.
I did. You can talk to Shota. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, okay.
You don't even get the headphones on. But
Make me sweat, bro.
we gotta make more sounds. If you guys have soundboard recommendations, we can like make them with our own voice, or we can like download shit. You got any, Dawson? Any funny sounds?
If you're gonna like,
Bro's eating his arm. Oh my god.
It's funny that you had to practice that in order to be like, this sounds good. Let me try it again.
my dad taught me that one, dude.
Exactly.
Yeah. When you're like 80s, like, bro, if you want to make the best fart noise, like, oh man.
Throwback to third grade right now.
Yeah.
Or when you put your hand under the armpit and you
Yeah. Some people could do it with their hands.
Bro,
Dude,
do it?
forever.
Are you really
too
trying
fat now, bro.
Too jacked? I wonder if I can.
No, dead ass. Right?
Dude, did I lose this ability?
Yeah, no, you do
I'm
because
about
your
to cut
shoulder's
back-
too big.
I'm gonna cut back
You can't
down to
cut.
160 pounds.
No,
This is
seriously,
not
I
worth
can't
it.
fucking cup my shit, dude.
Oh, dude, I heard one, bro. Did you hear that?
No.
He's beginning to believe.
My hand's not big enough for my fucking shoulders.
All right, Ben, take it away.
Getting on track here. We're at the Chicken
Yo.
Rice Podcast. We're back. We're here with Dawson today. We're here with Ruben. Ruben once again has paid us $1,000 to be on today's podcast.
I did not get a cut.
Dawson did not pay us. We actually paid him $1,000. So we took Ruben's $1,000 and then gave it to Dawson.
I donated to orphans and homeless people.
Yeah, because last time we had Dawson on, our views spiked to like 2,000, and then they like stopped, which was pretty fucking cool still. But is your name like well known? Because I think that's like I feel like that's why it like spiked. Because people just like clicked right away. I also kind of like clickbaited it. I put like how to get strong with Dawson Windham.
I feel like everywhere I go, I'll like run into someone.
Okay.
But it's like, are you well known? I mean, I don't have 1 million followers, so
You have a good YouTube presence, bro.
I don't even really post on YouTube.
Yeah, but you have a good amount of subscribers and views and shit. Like, you have a good presence.
I had like 3 videos pop off on there, and that was pretty much it. But I didn't like post a shit ton. And I think the reason people were fucking with me on YouTube is because like if you like go watch the videos, it's like, hey, I'm going to show you how to bench 518. I just go through the exercises. I'm not like, here's a discount code, buy this, buy my programs. Like none of that. I was just like, hey, here's free shit, buy.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I think on Instagram, how many do you have?
oh god, like 51.5 or 52 or
Yeah.
somewhere in that ballpark. I'm
Like less than us, but I would argue your engagement is much better than like both of ours
No
in
shit.
terms of like the amount of people that comment and like your shit.
I
compared to
feel
your
like I
follower
interact
count.
with the people a lot in the community. A lot of people know me. Like there's a lot of people commenting on my shit. It's like random kids in the gym. I've given like a free program to, so they want to like fuck with me a little bit. And my growth has always been very organic on social media. Like I haven't really done many like collaborations. This is new to me. I never like would like go out take pictures with people because they have followers and like and
you don't really try to make like viral content.
No fucking hashtags. Yeah. If you watch my like videos, it's very simple. It's like here's me benching.
Yeah.
The next 2 days. Here's me benching again.
That's why your engagement's really good, is because it's like
simple.
You're not even to take away from like us, bro. Like I am in nowhere near like a outlier right now in terms of like the bodybuilding community. Like I'm not I'm good at making content and inspiring people, but like I am honest with myself and where I sit at in terms of competing right now. You know what I mean? You're a high level competitor.
I feel that way at times.
That's fun to watch.
Depending on who I'm around. But after going to this weekend, like this thing in Texas this past weekend, I was the weakest and the smallest person in my Airbnb, bro. It was crazy.
Well, I mean, like that'd be like the second you win a pro show and like step on the Olympia stage, you're like, oh, I'm an Olympia qualifier. I'm fucking one of the best of the best. And then you go there and you get fucking 4th fucking call outs and you're like, oh.
Yeah, they're monsters.
Yeah, bro. You're like, oh, wow, everybody's a fucking, you know what I mean? So it's like, but those are the guys on Instagram that get 120K views on their reel of them just benching because they look like Jeremy Potvin posts nothing but his workout videos. And usually the videos that go viral are him like pressing because his chest looks like 2 fucking jack-o'-lanterns, dude. Literally, like they're striated year round, and people will watch that content. And they don't need a caption behind it or me saying something because they're like, holy fuck, they're like, this dude's an animal.
But dude, I'm sure you even in the bodybuilding world, you can find competitors that are at the top that have like 1,000 followers that make absolutely zero money off their social media and have no sponsors. You know,
I would not really in the bodybuilding world now. Dude, Men's Physique, Brandon Hendrickson, he's got 2 million something followers. He had a verified check before. Aaron Banks fucking does super well. Lucky Libra, all them boys. Now, I would say Lucky Libra probably might not do as well in terms of like finances. I don't know, but it seems that he's not as involved with like the sponsors in the community as like that. But then if you think about Classic, Terrence Ruffin, I mean, he's fucking...
Dude,
I mean, like C-Bum, like...
I can name so many people stronger than me that have like 1,000 followers that make zero money off powerlifting, that are competitors, that are ranked very high. Like there's a guy named Zach Myers. He's got like I don't know how many followers. It's not many. I don't know if he's broke 10K, but he broke Larry Wheels' all-time world record.
So I'd venture to say there's definitely Olympians that are probably in that boat. But in terms of like top of your class in Men's Physique, top of your class in Classic, and top of your class in like Open, all those boys are.
But that's at the tip top. You know? At the tip top, yeah. But I'm talking like top 1%.
Oh, there's definitely pros around there that have like $1,000 in their bank account,
and they don't make shit. Yeah, like, and that's just the game. So, like, although I am a competitor, I have been competing for a while, and people have like watched me. I'm not. I don't have an all-time world record.
Oh,
you know? But I don't quite know why I get the engagement that I do, but I appreciate it. It's probably just, I don't know, maybe it's because I do so many Q&As. It's hard to say. Like, social media is kind of like a stock market, you know? You don't really know what the fuck you're doing. You kind of just throw some shit out there and watch it, and you're like...
It's luck of the draw, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like, you know, like, try to study the fucking trends, and, like, that's it.
I feel like that's why we keep saying just be yourself.
Yeah.
Because it's like, dude, I don't know what I did
I don't know
to make it work.
Exactly.
It changes on a dime.
Yeah, like...
and it's like, even if I tell you what I think works now, in like 3 weeks, I might like look back on this podcast like, damn, that's dumb.
Yeah.
You know, like I need, my perspective was flawed. I probably should have went about it this way. Like,
going back to your people strong as shit making no money, I saw a TikTok dude made such a fucking good point, and it was like almost like a selling point because he was like selling some sort of like grow your coaching business shit. It was like how like you're so fucking disciplined to be like that good of a bodybuilder or that good of a power lifter, so fucking disciplined. Why are you not using that discipline and like drive and work ethic to build finance. A business, right? Build your own fucking business. If you're that strong, how the hell did you get that strong? You obviously know how to get strong if you're that strong, like most of the time. So like making a coaching business.
It's the same thing.
So
if you know how to lift weights, you know how to build a business. If you know how to be disciplined towards something and work towards something consistently. How I learned to make money is like through the lessons I learned through lifting weights, basically.
You know? I hate to sound like this. Some people are just bums, bro. Some people just don't like to fucking...
So I think some people don't like social media, and they don't want to be involved, and they don't want to utilize that as like a source of income. And I feel like in today's world, if you want to like make money, if you even own a business, like you own a gym, you gotta have a gym page. You gotta market yourself. That's how you advertise it. We don't use fucking commercials. No one reads a newspaper. No one gives a shit. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram. You know, it's a different world we live in, and I don't feel like everyone's quite as adept to it.
Well, there's like, to think about, there's plenty of bodybuilders that are real estate agents.
Yeah.
Make fucking dickload of money, bro. So I'm saying it's like, it really comes down to, I feel like some people fall into the trap of like, oh, I'll get a pro card and
they'll take care of everything.
Yeah. And it's like,
yeah, you got to do other shit.
I mean, dude, I really want a pro card. I want a pro card more than I want like a lot of things, but I know it's not going to like
change your life.
It's not going to give me 40 more clients a year.
Yeah.
It's not going to give me more followers, and it's literally just going to be something I pay for.
You want it.
Yeah. And I paid for it. It's not even something they gave to me. I paid them for it. Essentially. Like,
yeah, but that pro card gives you some credibility for sure.
No, of course, like it'll help, but I'm saying it's not like people get their pro card and then automatically go from 800 followers to like 10K
and then have 40 clients
and then have like BPI Sports or like GAT supplements. Like, dude, like, because I'm not even talking about like supplements that are popular like Huge or like Ghost or shit like that, because they sponsor more influencers, like companies that look for bodybuilders like GAT, BPI, shit like that. OG sub companies. Those people are not in your DMs like, are you trying to work with us? We'll pay you $1,000 a month in commission. You got your pro card. Like, you look so good. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, nah, they're just not.
That's an easy way to get rich, but not a great way to get wealthy. And I made a post about this, about like if you lost weight or if you lose weight or if you get strong, it teaches you delayed gratification on taking a long freaking time to get to that spot. And if you apply what you learn in weight loss or getting strong, you can build a lot of wealth because you can not just get rich really quick. Like it's really easy to you could probably sell a program right now, flip like make 10 grand in like a week. But like how long is that going to last you, right? So if you can learn how to delay that to build wealth and build a business and take a long time, you're going to build a lot of wealth, right?
Oh fuck.
What?
I was just saying, try to put it down because it might be
So it
blocking
doesn't
your
cover
face.
your
Yeah,
Oh shit, like that.
yeah.
There you go.
And
Fucking.
you can pull that top thing
shit.
forward.
I guess
too.
you're holding it.
I'm an athlete, boys.
I was gonna say, I would argue that if you're doing like bodybuilding or you're pursuing that in order to get a pro card, thinking that like a pro card, like the whole purpose of you getting the pro card is so that you can have more clients or like make more money or just have like more fucking clout. I'd say you're in it for like the wrong reasons. Like what the fuck is the point of that?
When I first started
Fuck
training
yeah,
and
you are.
competing,
You know?
Yeah.
I did not care. I did not care about having clients. I didn't care about sponsorships. I did, like if it was like, hey, I get a free T-shirt, I was fucking stoked. You know, 'cause, like
Dude, I just wanted to gain weight and get stronger.
I wanted to lift weights. I
Yeah,
just thought
no,
it was
like,
fucking
dead-
sick. I wanted
dead
to kill
ass, bro.
myself in the squat rack because I'd like see myself in the mirror, like change as a kid. And that's what you get addicted to.
Bro,
I didn't give a shit about anything else.
The first like 2 years of lifting when you're discovering everything and you're like when I first found Rich Piana and shit, you're like, I'm like eating my eggs every morning, like 10 fucking eggs, like good fucking morning.
I was eating ravioli, bro.
Yeah, like
I was broke and I didn't have money. And I was
you're
trying to hit my
so
calories.
happy. You're so happy. You're just like
And your fucking ego is just like fucking
so up here.
Yeah, you're like,
I'm gonna go
fucking huge.
superset everything today.
Who do you think?
I'm supersetting everything: lat pull downs and rows
Who are the
and biceps.
Who are the Rich Pianas of today? Like you grew up watching that. You grew up watching your particular people in powerlifting and stuff.
Rich
right?
Piana
Who are-
was
I
one
try
of a
to
kind.
I try
Rich
to
Piana's-
emulate his content. That's
Right.
why I do all the shit that I do. Where I'm like, don't be a fucking
So
pussy.
who-
Nobody cares.
So who do you think?
about your weak words?
that's
Fuck
that-
you.
So who do you think is like that Rich Piana? That people, the kids, the people who are just getting into the gym, like are looking up to. You think? This is opinionated. This is not like fact. Like I'm just wondering.
So
Oh,
Rich
very
Piana's one of a kind, bro. I don't think we
Yeah,
have
like
Yeah.
we don't
Rich
have.
Piana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gone. Rest in peace to his soul. But
You can't-
because he inspired a lot of people. He inspired you. People look up to you. He inspired me. People look up to me. You know, and we're not alone there. There's a bunch of other people that he touched through like a ripple effect, and we touched through a ripple effect. So he kind of like lives on in a
Dude,
way.
I can hear his YouTube intro in my head.
Dude,
With the gladiator. Fucking.
when I put that like fucking cold plunge video of me, and I had like the good fucking morning.
Yeah,
wrote on
dude.
it, I had like 30 people message me. It's like, this is my alarm clock.
Yeah.
like I mean, Rich Piana, dead or alive, bro, he's still inspiring people, and that's
Yeah.
kind of the fucking. It's like when you're a musician and you like people listen to your music after you're dead. Like you're still there.
Yeah, he's
He's got a legacy, bro.
yeah.
Like,
That's what everyone wants, bro.
dude.
Too young. I didn't.
You didn't watch
that
Rich
right,
like
man?
that?
I never. The first person I watched was fucking Athlete X, bro.
I watched
Athlete X. Yeah.
just one exercise is killing your
I
game.
like, he was a good like at least resource for a
Callum-
little while until more
Callum and
people
Rich
got-
Piana, bro.
Callum was cool.
Callum and
The
Rich
first
were my
video-
first two, really.
Do you remember that first video he had that went viral? Someone else did it of him. It was like it's where he got discovered, and they were like, "Oh, he's the second Arnold."
Yeah, he's in his garage gym, bro.
It
Like,
starts out, and he's like drinking kangaroo milk.
yeah,
He's
dude.
like, it drives me out.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Dude, I
remember watching that, and I was like, anyone can be Arnold now.
Yeah.
I was like, me, I want to be Arnold. Like,
Dude, no, literally, I would watch his content and I'd be like, I'm going to fucking,
What-
I'm doing this. Like, you can't stop me.
wasn't there like a huge thing about him like falling out a window?
Bro, he jumped.
What?
He's
Was this
okay.
real?
Yeah, dude, he had some serious mental health problems.
Was that Rich?
Callum, that was Callum.
Dude, you got to think how overnight, dude, like, because he is so gifted. Overnight success like that, that's got to be really hard on your mental health.
All that
and
dopamine, that rush.
Well,
you're on top of the
you
world.
got so many people coming to you, loving you, and then dude, again, I had the same problem when I was selling a lot of fucking drugs in high school because I thought everybody that came to my house to smoke or do whatever was my homie, like my homie. And then you learn like there's acquaintances, there's people,
friends.
there's people you're fucking acquainted with because they like what you have or who you are or your title, and then there's people that actually fuck with you. And when you kind of don't realize that going into it, and you trust people, and then they fuck you over or aren't there for you and things like that, it will fuck you up. And Callum is like at least I see it when I watch his content. He seems like me. He's got a big heart. Mm-hmm. You can like see it on his chest. He's like kind of an emotional being. You know what I mean?
Aren't we all?
Yeah. Well, I feel like some people are better at not tapping into it.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I'm very tapped into my emotions, and if I try to ignore that, it fucks with me more than it helps me. Right. So.
Motherfuckers atting me.
So like I think I am. Yeah. But it doesn't fuck with him to not be like really very very emotional. You know what I mean? Like if I try to ignore it, it fucks with me. I feel like he's kind of the same person. So when you go from overnight success to like that, and you got so many people in your life like, "Oh, I love you. I fuck with you. You're the greatest." Da da da. And then it's like you slowly realize over the years they don't actually fuck with you like that. They don't love you. They love what you have. Mm-hmm. That fuck you up, bro.
And another thing, bro, it goes to show, it's like, I mean, he's loaded as fuck. You have one of the best physiques of any.
Millions of followers. Women galore.
All out that ass.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
He had it all, bro.
Everything.
And it doesn't make you happy.
What did they talk about in church? Vanity. Hevel, hevel, hevel. All you're chasing is vanity, bro. It's all vain. Unless you have a reason behind it or like what you're doing. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's literally just vanity. And it leads you like, again, God will let everybody who chases that crash and burn, and then give all of that stuff to the people who focus on him freely. And it won't be vain. It'll just be a product of your journey.
I wonder. You know what I mean? I want to know what like actually happened though, because like even though everyone's like posting, it's like, oh, this is what happened. This is what happened with Callum. It's like
he made a post.
He made it. He versed it himself.
He like,
yeah, he made a post. Right? He was like, "I'm okay. I want to thank everybody for."
It's like last year.
Yeah, like he came out and was like, "I'm." Hold on, I'll read it.
And everyone was like, "He's back," and it's like, Jesus, like he just came out. He just came back saying he's okay. I remember that.
Hey guys, I know it's been a long time since I checked in with you. I apologize for my absence. This past year has been an extremely hard one for me. I've been battling depression and anxiety for some time. I found myself in a rough patch earlier this year. However, I just wanted to let you know that doing much better now for taking so much time needed off to focus on healing myself. It's heartwarming to know that many of you have been checking in. It means a lot. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for all your concerns and prayers. I'm ready to return here in 2023. See you soon.
Dope.
Yeah, so like he was fucked up, bro. Mm-hmm. Like it, I mean, again, I would venture to say having all that fake love around you. Not to say there aren't people in his life that don't actually fuck with him.
It's very hard to decipher who's real and who's bullshit.
So much, right?
And dude, that
especially when you have
bro.
so much shit, and it's like you don't want to be alone either, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like where it's good when you get into our position. It's like, bro, I don't hang out with any of y'all because you have followers or like you're strong. Like I truly don't give a fuck. Mm-hmm. Like I like each and every single one of you. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like that's why we hang out. Mm-hmm. And I'm very real about that. Like I could give two fucks, and you could give two fucks less. You know, like we didn't talk for the first couple weeks in the gym.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because I did not give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? You did not give a fuck. It's not like I look at you, I'm like, oh my God, Dawson. It's not like you look at me and you're like, oh dude, that's Alistair. Like, dude, I don't give a fuck. You know
Behind closed doors, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, don't tell people. Right. Fucking no, but like, you know, like I learned that I fuck with you over the time of being around you.
Yeah, I don't care if someone has followers,
yeah,
bro.
I feel you. I'm the
same. If I genuinely fuck with you, I fuck with you. But people message me like, you want to collab? It's like, dude, just ask me to fucking chill. Get some like be a goddamn normal person.
Yeah.
Like, what
you want to
fuck?
collab?
Like, just say, hey, bro, want to lift? Like, what the fuck, man? Like,
I think the first.
Oh,
yeah, your shit went out.
Oh, it picked back up though.
Yeah, yours is cutting out.
That's not good. Hello.
Yeah, it's there. Don't touch it again. You touched it and it stopped.
Don't touch it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's cutting in and out. Yeah, don't move your shit. Keep it still there.
What happens when you fucking wrap it the way you wrap it?
This motherfucker, yo.
Hello.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I was saying the first time I think I saw Dawson in the gym, I was fucking half naked posing in the middle of the fucking gym. He's probably like this fucking.
That was you every day for a little bit. Man, that was Monday. That was Tuesday. That was Wednesday.
Oh, that shit's funny.
I just walked in and was like, well, at least he's shredded, bro.
Yeah.
Because there were some little boys doing it, bro, that were like 130. I'm like, oh.
I felt this funny. There's the one kid that walked around for his entire workout, working out with the shirt off, and Wade walked up to me one day and goes, these new boys love to work out naked. Naked. I laugh my fucking ass off. He goes up to him nicely because he's so nice, bro. He's like, hey, man.
A gentle giant.
Yeah,
bro.
dude. Like you can imagine Big Wayne. You think you're about to get yelled at, and he's like, hey, man, I don't care if you like take your shirt off to take a picture. He's like, but you just can't be doing it your whole workout.
See, all right, he would talk to him like that, but if it was me or you, we're getting yelled at.
Oh, no shit.
Because we can eat it.
Yeah, no.
You know, and he knows we can eat it.
He don't give a fuck about it.
But no, he's in that situation. He knows when he's got to be soft.
That's how you know when you're close to him, though. That fucker sent me a picture. I left a bench out one day. He said, don't be this fucking guy. I fucking sent me a picture to my Instagram. I said, my bad. He said, yeah, don't fucking do that again. I was like,
I left a box out, and Ben watched him pull out the wrath of God on me, bro. It was crazy. He was like, "Don't be that guy." I pointed at the box, like, "Damn, man, I put it up. I forgot. My bad." Like,
Yeah.
oh, shit, bro.
I was posing with Jay, the one that kind of built like Jermaine.
Yeah. Slaughter Games.
Yeah, Slaughter. I think he changed his name to Cock Diesel. I don't know what that. What the fuck? I don't.
Horse meat.
It has to mean something.
Cock Diesel.
Did y'all ever see fucking epic movie? It was like horsemeat.mpeg.
that
movie.
No.
Where horse dick dot
I think I saw that when I was like 8 years old.
He's like, horse dick has no dick, and he's got the straw.
How do you remember it this well, bro?
What are we even
This shit was
talking
Miss
about?
March. Because she's on the cover of the
I was a
Playboy.
child, bro. I don't remember
Yeah.
this.
Dude, I remember this movie so well. It was like one of the second movies where I saw titties, bro. I'm like,
I only
Explains
remember
a
the
lot of
titties
things right now.
Like,
what do you mean?
8 years old, seeing titties for the second time. That's early, right?
what were you, like 25?
Bro, my fucking, all my homies had older brothers. I think we fucking,
No one giggled at that. That was good.
Yeah, fuck you.
There was
Dawson.
fucking,
I'm the only one.
dude, I'll never forget. I'm like 8 years old or something. Spank Bank was left on fucking Nixon Davis's computer, and me and my homie Dylan Davis fucking scrolled in that website
Wait,
for
you
like a
doing
couple
this with your
hours.
homies, bro?
I was like 8. I'm like, dude, there's titties all over the place. I'm just like, what is this, bro? Holy shit. Nixon left it on his computer. I was like 7 or 8. You gotta wonder why I was so fucked up there for a little bit. Like
Watching porn with your homies.
This is why you don't interrupt, because then you end up from posing to titties. And I was trying to finish my shit, and now we're talking about titties.
Average discussion.
All
yeah,
right.
that's a good.
Well, as I was saying, I was posing with him in the middle of the floor, and the gym was packed, and he was like, instead of being nice, he was the same thing. He was like, "Yeah, you got to go in the back room if you want to do that, Ben."
No questions.
Because we were fucking posing there.
I find Wayne to be hysterical, bro.
I love it.
He doesn't even try to be hilarious, but just his existence is hilarious. Like, he's like, I'm going to go to yoga with Dawson now. I'm like, really? I'm just imagining him in there and like frightening everyone else. Like,
could you imagine Wayne doing like a fucking like in there doing like
I hope he comes and does it.
I feel
bro.
like he'd be really good at it because
Yeah,
you
no,
just
but
think he's not
He'd do like
gonna be
Master
good at it.
Roshi whenever he got like
Yeah.
jacked.
imagine him like doing some like fucking crescent kick, like round kick. If
I feel like he
fought
can do
him
a
like
split.
Imagine.
like a bicycle kick, fucking backflips and hit you in the face.
It might take him a few years to get there, bro, but I don't think he can scratch his back right now.
That fucking
That-
caption about his Bentley. What do you do when your car catches on fire?
This is
Bentley?
Or his Beamer. You survive.
Yeah.
Dude, when that happened, and then someone set like a bench world record the next day, and I saw him, and he did not give a single fuck about talking about his car being caught on fire. It was like, dude, this guy benched 606. He didn't mention his car being caught. Like, it was like immediately after it happened. He was just, it was already irrelevant. I was like, wow, like.
Can you imagine? I was telling Al when that happened. I'm like, can you imagine that guy being stuck in the car and what he was doing? You just see this guy with giant man in the car, fucking like, what the fuck? Like just trying to break out.
I picture it very more brute like.
Yeah.
Like, oh, car's on fire. Like door busts open, fucking
flies
poof.
out.
He walks out. He's like, whoosh, whoosh. Fuck BMW.
All right, no,
Let me walk over here and take a picture of it.
like, holy fuck, bro.
average Chad reaction.
Yeah.
Holy shit! All right, no, I got a question.
Goes to the gym right after.
Y'all wanted to ignore us. When did y'all see boobs for the first time?
Oh,
Wow, we're
shit.
back
Like
on this.
real boobs?
I was 11 in my grandma's computer.
Bro used the grandma's computer.
And it was actually she was like part of a church. It was in a Christian church. It was kinda
Oh
funny.
my god, Ben, when did you see boobs, bro?
Yes.
it's not working.
What is wrong?
The mic's trying to protect him, bro.
No, it's the wire.
I don't know. Hello.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
I don't even
Hands off.
remember. I don't know how young I was.
I was probably like
I mean-
7 or 8.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, you're the youngest, Ben. You should have a very fresh memory.
Dude, my
of this.
memory is honestly garbage. I'm not even gonna lie.
I don't know. I just,
Damn.
Hello.
what about you?
I was probably around the same age as you. I was exposed pretty young.
That explains a lot.
It be what it be, bro. Yeah, we had a note wrote down about fertility or something in men's tea or something.
We didn't talk about
male fertility
church,
crisis.
bro.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about church yet.
Ruben's all about talking. I mean, it's like Ruben wants to talk about penis, male fertility, penis.
The wrong list. Sorry, hold on.
That's a lot.
That was funny as shit.
Ruben's got a list.
No, I made a list just to have a couple ideas so that we could talk about talking points of the current events, stuff that we want to talk about, so we don't go off on a tangent and sit here sometimes. We're like,
we're getting-
well, what are we going to talk about? But the first thing on the list is the most important thing, and that is
what we learned at
in
church, which is kind of why I wanted to avoid the titty discussion because I feel like it doesn't really align with.
I took a picture of it too.
We'll cut that out.
No, it was no.
Patreon.
No, that's all right.
I'm a sinner, bro.
Same, bro.
So do you want?
I'm not saying that I'm not trying to be better. I've stopped watching porn, but I definitely started watching it at a
know
very
what?
young age.
You know what makes it really hard? The Instagram. When you're scrolling and you fall on something, you're like, holy shit.
You gotta unfollow all
Fuck.
the baddies, bro.
Dude, I have to.
Nah, dude, just like go into your fucking like parental controls on your phone and put block. I've actually put blocks on the website, and it sounds silly, bro, because anytime I get the urge and I go to click on the website, I can't get access to it, and then I have to go into my settings and take the block off. Then you think about it, then you're like, okay, what the fuck am I actually doing?
I have a better hack. Not even a hack. It's a thing that you could do like instantaneously to change your whole algorithm. Spend, I don't know, like 2 minutes on your phone scrolling through like your interests besides, you know, women and stuff like that, video games, cars, something like that, and scroll through it and type through it and spend 30 seconds on each post, and your algorithm gets instantly changed so that you never fall on it with your reels and stuff like that. So this way you're never exposed to it, and if you catch yourself on it, you scroll right away.
Yeah.
And that's the best way to do it. Like my shit's filled with like video game shit, cars, or like lifting weights.
Men.
And that's it. Yeah, and lots of men. And that's it. Like a lot of Dawson too. But
Me too.
yeah, I mean, why not? It's a Chad move.
No, I think you three fuckers are the first ones that come up on my Instagram because I think y'all are the most posts that I interact with. Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
Cut it off and on again. That's what I did last time.
It's The Wire.
So today at
church.
church, we learned what the common belief was for majority of Christian teenagers in 2005, and that was
It's about following the creed, the Apostles' Creed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Instead of what your idea for what Christianity is.
so basically the first they what they do, they interviewed thousands of
Christian
Christian
teens.
teens, and they asked them what their beliefs were, and they wrote down the 6 most consistent ones, the ones that appeared the most.
This is in 2005.
2005, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. And number 1 was a belief in God who created and watches over the world, but is not involved in everyday affairs. So they don't believe God is involved in everyday affairs. The second belief is the primary goal of life is to be happy and feel good about yourself. The third, God wants people to be good, nice, and fair to each other as taught in the Golden Rule. 4, God does not need to be involved in one's life except when one has a problem.
That sounds so stupid.
Oh my God.
That one's a funny one.
I couldn't believe this was real.
Yeah.
Good people go to heaven when they die is 5. The central goal of life is to be a good person, and the best way to do that is to be true to oneself and follow one's own moral compass.
Again, I think that I said this when we're walking out of church, the common denominator behind all of those things is me.
Well, to a non-Christian, that could sound really okay. Like if you think about it for face value, it sounds like, oh, that's not bad. And then you wouldn't when Pastor Brad was talking about it, and you really dive into it and you understand the Bible, you're like, oh, this is really vain.
Because
This is like really not okay.
that gives everybody an open door
To live their life however they want
Yeah.
without feeling bad about
and
it.
you have to accept it.
And look,
No matter what.
yeah,
Because that's their belief.
Because this is how I feel.
yeah,
Because I feel this way.
yep. And that was 2005, and 20 years later, 20-ish.
And look where we fucking are
where we
now,
are
bro.
now. So that's why I think
Those people are adults now
Well,
running the world.
They were the first millennials, and the first millennials are having this transition or this difficulty like transitioning in the world today because they have a lack of understanding. And then like people my age, your age, are kind of like realizing like, God is God is the truth nowadays, and you're realizing like no one can cling on to anything anymore besides God, right? Faith, yes. And it's not a blind faith either. It's read the Bible.
I just am like, I don't think it's coincidence that we talked about that on the podcast last week. We're trying to not like post it. And then this week, the message is like, be strong in your faith and what you're supposed to say as a Christian to try to lead others to the same way. And like, again, that's what it's about. It's not, and one of the best things I think that I've ever seen on a TikTok or anything about this whole new thing about everybody's feelings being valid. You need to have your feelings invalidated at some point in time because not every single one of your feelings is fucking valid. Mm-hmm. Like it's a feeling, right? You're feeling it, but that doesn't mean that it's valid. Like when you tell yourself, oh, I'm terrible at everything and I suck. Is that valid? No. Like, so all your feelings about how you think the world should treat you and other people should treat you are not always valid.
I would argue that thought would be an intrusive thought, and it wouldn't even necessarily be a feeling. I feel like feelings are pretty valid. Like if you're feeling anger, like your anger, like where it can be destructive, it can ruin your life. It can also be your best friend and it's telling you when someone's wronged you, bullshitted you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's like, okay, I used to get angry when people tried to tell me that
you can't let it control you because then the anger burns down your house.
Well, but
you need to use it to let you cook. You know, like you need to fucking heat your food up. You got to fucking.
Well, how much?
Cut off.
There was an interesting point today that stood out to me a lot because I live my life and I look at like, okay, I fucked up a lot. I shouldn't judge other people that are fucking up, even if it's not the same mistake I've made, because I'm also a sinner. I always thought that train of thought was like, well, and he talked about, okay, you should look in the Bible and you shouldn't be looking at it to judge others. You should be looking at it to judge yourself. But then he said something, he's like, but you should be judging others. I was like, okay.
But in a very, like, not righteous way.
Yeah.
Easier said than done.
Yeah, no doubt. But it's like, again, it's not my job to pass judgment. It's my job. Like, dude, if I care about you, again, like I was about to say, I used to get very angry when I was addicted to drugs and people would be like, dude, you have, like, it's getting out of hand. Like, you've got to chill. And I would be like, fuck you. You don't know shit about me. I have a fucking control over this thing. Like, fuck you. You don't know what you're talking about. I'll fuck you up. Like, very abrasive behavior. That feeling is not always valid. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, so what I'm saying is you're not always right in your feelings because sometimes your feelings can cloud what's reality of a situation, right?
And that can make you act irrationally for sure.
Yes.
If you allow them to. And I feel like that I've definitely relate with that, and I've definitely done that myself many times. But I don't blame the feeling as much myself as much as my response to it and how I poorly managed it.
Well, again, that's because you think at that point in time, at the peak point of that emotion, that it's
real.
Super valid.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to validate this. This is okay the way I'm acting because this is fucked up.
My feelings are real. This person's trying to invalidate it.
That's why your feelings are not always valid because there's always the reality to the scenario. There's how the other person feels, how I feel about it, and then there's the reality to the scenario. There's two sides to every story, and then there's the truth.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so fucking, you're not always meant to feel validated. That's something like growing up being bullied, I learned.
We need to bring bullying back.
Well, dude, like we've talked about this before. It's not that bullying is fucking good, bro. But like you learn that life is not fair.
No, I just think you need to fucking tell people what they need to fucking hear. So when he said like the judging shit, like nowhere in the Bible does it say that you should not judge. Is what he said, correct?
We're supposed to drive other Christians to be the better versions of themselves. We're just not supposed to do it in a fucked up way where it's like, you're a fucking terrible person.
Well, I'm not even, it could be anything else too. Like if you're like, when I first met you, I was like, dude, I'm gonna be honest, I cannot watch your fucking videos because I don't know what you're saying. Yeah. That's me judging you, and it was for the better because then you fucking changed your shit and it helped you to where you are now. Or just like anything else where it's like, if I'm gonna make a judgment, but I'm going to make a judgment and then I'm going to give you like a fucking, like something you could do to change it, right?
Constructive criticism.
Because some people need to fucking hear it because like you said with the feeling shit, they have like that strong fucking feeling that what they're doing is right and what they're doing is like correct when in reality it might not be to the person on the outside. So I'll tell you, I'll fucking judge you and then I'm going to be like, yo, you could do this to do it, help it.
Yeah,
you know
but you could have been a fucking asshole about it.
Was I an asshole?
No,
I don't think I was an
That's what I'm
asshole.
saying. There's ways to go about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have the Karen, and then what's a male Karen? Like
Ken?
like a Kevin?
Is it
We
Ken?
would go with
Ken?
Kevin. So I used to judge both of y'all for squatting on the Smith machine. I was like, I hate it. and then I was like, instead of like being like, hey, y'all are fucking pussies. Like, hey, if y'all ever want to like learn how to squat with like free weights, I'd be so happy to help you. I would love to see
Well,
it.
now it's part of our program.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so it's cool.
It was a W.
Yeah.
But I didn't go. I tried my best not to go about it like an asshole. So let me just help these guys. Like let me show them the way.
Smith machine is
I mean,
goated.
I still like it better though. I'm not gonna
So
lie.
do
You're allowed to have that opinion, but you free weight squat too. So I'm content to my soul. Like well, whatever. Like fucking.
Dude, I like make an initial. Who doesn't make an initial judgment about somebody? Mm-hmm. Now again, like, don't use the scripture and that as a window
To go judge people freely.
to
as
be
you
like,
want.
oh, this person doesn't do this person doesn't do this person doesn't do that. This is where they suck. They're lacking here. Use it as a mirror first.
Yeah. You definitely. I would say like use it as a mirror mainly. I would try to do that more than anything else because it's so much easier to point fingers at someone else and where someone else is fucking up instead of to be honest with yourself.
Anytime I've given advice to any single one of y'all, I think I've always started off with, when I was on my fuck shit, and I'll give you an example of how I was probably 10 times more of a fucking idiot than how you're being right now. You know what I mean? So I'm coming off in a standpoint of like, hey man, I'm not telling you I'm better than you.
I'm telling you I fucked up.
I'm telling you that I've fucked my shit up 10 times more than you ever have. And from personal experience, this is not a great idea. Right?
Yeah.
That is so much different than me being like, dude, you're being a fucking idiot right now. Because then I sound like I'm here.
And
right?
then the walls go up.
Yeah, bro.
And
And then you're
like,
not helping anybody,
Yeah.
dude. So it's really just about like how you. And I've learned that the hard way, trying to get friends to be sober. Instead of being like, I'm fucking sober now, like it's not fair for you to live your life like this because our friends have passed. That makes them feel very attacked. It's more like, dude, I almost died.
I
Like,
care about you a lot, and I don't want to see you go through that.
yeah, and like our friends have died from this, and like I love you, and I want to see you fucking have kids and
Thrive.
live your life and be the best version of you. And like, how did you feel when I was in the fucking hospital in a drug-induced psychosis in a fucking coma? How did that make you feel? Your friend, you're worried, you're scared. I'm scared, I'm worried, I care about you. So there's ways to say these things and not sound righteous. Like, oh, I'm so much better than you. Like
I'm an aggressive communicator myself, especially when I get amped up instead of being more like assertive, and that's something I got to be very mindful of.
I do it too.
I-
Especially with people I love. When I get too comfortable giving advice, I get very harsh.
It can be harsh, but like I always think about it this way. It's like, how would you talk to? So we do a good job, so we don't realize it. So you did. I actually caught this one day when we were doing squats, and you walked in. You were coaching a client, and she wants you glute bridges, and you're like, well. You were very polite and you were honest without being too harsh. And it's like, if we think about how we would talk to a stranger, we don't know them. We don't know what they're going through. It's like, that's how we should treat everyone, even our closest people, even though, we have to come at it from
Depends on the
scenario. But like,
Well, that was also like a middle-aged woman to me coming to me for training who's like, I just want to exercise. I like this exercise. I want to get in shape. That's very different than if I had like
Right.
an 18-year-old kid come up to me. He's like, I want to be a world champion.
It's like,
Because I'm going to grab his head. I'm going to make him eat shit.
there's a different,
You're gonna enjoy it. It's gonna be very different than how I talk to this woman who's like, oh yeah, let's get to the gym.
well, how I treat you is based off what you're
Yeah.
capable of and what you tell yourself you want to do.
Exactly.
yeah.
Like if I've had shout out Noah Tarkoon. He was a client of mine for a while. He's working with Phil Viz, which is awesome. Like he's leveled up in terms of coaches because he's a great bodybuilding coach. And he came to me and he's like, bro, I want to be like, I want to build the foundation to like have a pro physique. And when he said that to me, again, he had just really like gotten out of high school, started lifting. I was so hard on that kid when he coached with me.
As you should be.
Oh, and he learned, dude, he thanked me at the end. He was like, dude, I've learned so much. And again, I would tell him all the time after I was hard on him, bro, I'm only this way because you said that you wanted this. And I can actually see that you have the drive to achieve it. If you fucking do what you have to do. You know what I mean? But there ain't no cookie cutting that shit. That's different than like, I want to lose weight.
Yeah. And that's what a pastor talked about today. Is like, there's things that you want to hear. The things that you want to hear won't help you. And then the things that you have to always constantly seek the things that you don't want to hear, because that will always make you better. That will get you
if
better.
you listen to your critics, they usually help you.
Yeah.
Example, when you were just trying to tell me about me getting too upset with the dogs, I was getting offended because I knew you were right. Yeah. Again, you got to be humble with yourself too, and be able to use it as a mirror and not a window. Mm-hmm. Constantly being able to look at your actions, and again, I'm can't sit on my soapbox because not in that moment did I have the ability to talk myself out of my temper.
You did in time. You were a little hot-headed for 10 seconds, but you cooled off.
Yeah, but okay, let's say before my awareness of how unhealthy that is, I probably would have fucking been like, Ruben, shut the fuck up.
I think it's also just knowing getting so close to you is knowing when to kind of chime in and when not to, and when to say something, when not to, and kind of and it's not a righteous thing too, because I wasn't saying
when you're
going to
be receptive.
It's okay, you know what? Now's the time to say it. And it's this is probably the appropriate time to say it, because now it's just it's not helping anyone. No one. So it's kind of knowing your spot and knowing. And again, it's just kind of, it's like a situational awareness kind of thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You know when you have to step in. You know when you have to when's your place.
When to be that friend, bro. You know what I mean?
And sometimes, and it's okay. And I don't take offense to that. Just how people say, when you say, don't fucking touch it. It's I know you're not being hurtful. It's just that you're so into your shit. I don't need to take that personally. It's just you just telling me, plus you can't hear me, and you're just saying it, and it's funny. Remember that one time I looked over at you? He's like, don't fucking touch it. And I started laughing. I was like, I'm not going to touch it. It is what it is.
My ex used to get so angry at me for that.
So tell her not to touch it?
Oh, bro, because I'm dead. She'd be spotting me, and God bless her soul, honestly, for this. I will give it to her. God bless her soul for this, because I was an asshole at moments. Fucking on the hack squat, and there's that point where you start going down, but you can get the fuck back up, right? I'm fuck. And every time I'm about to go down, she just grab it and push it up. I'd be like, fuck! I almost had it! I swear to God, she'd look at me, she'd be like, do not fucking talk to me like that in the gym. I'd be like, fucking pro card! Just sniffed fucking salts, flashbang myself. I'm amped up off 400 milligrams of caffeine. Yeah.
Vocabulary's out the door. No,
I did that a lot when I was younger. I learned just to not ask them for a spot. I'm like, hey, babe, watch this. Have 911 on speed dial.
It's either live or die at that moment.
Again, God bless her soul for that. Because, I'm almost every session at least. And then I'd get in the car and I'd be like, I don't really mean anything by it. But when I'm in there, I'm just in my fucking zone. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
She's probably like, I am going to punch you in the mouth. I hate you.
I can weirdly relate, though.
That's average chat behavior.
When I'm about to squat 750, I am not in the most pleasant kind state of mind. It's please just leave me alone for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Especially if you fuck the lift up. When I'm grinding like that.
It's not even that, but don't try to have a 15-minute conversation with me right before it.
Oh, dude, if I'm on final rep, don't fucking touch it!
It's like you were on fucking dumbbell press the other day. You didn't perform as well as you wanted to, and then you fucking threw a fucking temper tantrum like a little girl.
I was mad at myself, bro.
Hey, really? I don't
know. When I flopped the 140s, I got off the fucking bench and I misjudged where I was grabbing the 140s, and my neck was off the bench. So I'm fucking trying to press with half the back support. I
would have just dropped it and tried again.
I fucked up. I'm like,
no, because he was like, why didn't y'all tell me I was off the bench?
Oh, he said that.
You can't feel that your head is off the fucking bench, bro.
I was just pissed, bro. I was just pissed. I just dropped the dumbbells and I walked away. I was like, I'm fucking pissed. I was like, I'm pissed. That fucking sucked.
I just choose to ignore it, because I was like, why don't you do 120, you do 5 reps and you'll feel good about it, and you're like,
see, he's like the devil on the shoulder. He's like the little devil. He's like quit your fucking bitching.
Yeah.
And then Ruben's like, why don't you just take 3 minutes, do the 130s for 8 reps?
Yeah, rest 5. I was like, rest 5. I was like, more like a coach's mindset. I'm like, all right, this athlete is all fucked up in the head. He can't think straight. Just tell him something that will make him at least feel accomplished.
Well, I didn't even say anything. I was just like, he's all right.
Jesus Christ.
He's all right.
He's good. He'll figure it out. Once you figure it out, you're good.
No, I'm very hard on myself and with my performance in the gym.
I used to, when I had my home gym, I threw temper tantrums a lot more just because I was alone.
Yeah.
I would yeet pre-workout containers at walls, fucking throw in my
Fuck!
Yeah, now I'm in a public gym. I usually tone it down. I just wait till I get home and cry.
Dude,
leave the shower.
In my parents' gym, when I'm in Polly's and I have the key to that bitch, I'll play Machiavelli motivation and laugh maniacally, fucking evilly, while I'm lifting. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking kill someone. I'm psychotic. I have problems.
I used to watch those videos all the time pre-workout.
Dude, the Tyson Fury one is there's a Tyson Fury one that's badass. The Sean Clarita one, Giant Killer. Bro.
Fucking
Little short boy.
I used to listen to fucking Blood and Guts too a lot, just because I love to hear them screaming while I'm lifting, bro. Blood and Guts is playing in the background. It's like
I love watching bodybuilding training even now. It motivates me because I type in powerlifting motivation. I know every motherfucker in the videos. They're my homies. Oh, that's Shane. That's Derek. Cool. And it's
imagine when it gets to that one day in the future. I'm trying to watch a motivational video. It's Ben's in it. You're trying to watch a motivational video. You're I fucking hate this guy.
it's kind of weird. When I go to bodybuilding, it's oh, you need to be disciplined. They're hardcore eating 6 ounces. Yeah, I should.
Well, the Shane.
I'm not gonna do that.
Shane loves Coors Light, huh? Jesus fuck.
He usually doesn't drink, but he was going hard on meat day. That was a wild experience, dude. I was supposed to be babysitting him that day. He slept on the couch. He slept 4 hours. We woke up, and the first thing he tried to do was chug a beer. Not even before squats. My breakfast is going to be a beer. It didn't work, so he walked outside. And he ended up just waiting, just standing in the sun. Doesn't eat before squats. Goes squat 750, fails 71. He drank 3 or 4 more beers before squat. He drank a beer between every bench attempt, and he was drinking beer warming up. By the time he deadlifted 900 pounds, he had probably 16, 17 beers in him.
What the
Wayne,
fuck?
Wayne told me when...
that's unheard of.
Wayne used to drink a lot.
Whenever he was at his peak, he was telling me about him benching 650 drunk.
He said he drank a 12-pack as his pre-workout.
Pre-workout, yeah.
Yeah, fuck
yeah. All those carbs right
Dan
there.
Bell, he was at this meet, and he warmed up, and he squatted 950, 960 or 940, somewhere in there, in sleeves, and he was drinking the night before, the morning of, right before the squat.
We used to get fucking drunk on the river in high school and then go into my parents' gym and fucking train like fucking idiots.
I've never done that, bro, but I feel
it's dangerous. Don't do it.
But dude, these people were performing. Their confidence is fucking through the roof.
When you're a professional like that, when you're a fucking drunk teenager, it's a little different. But when you're a professional, I feel like the liquid courage, it almost takes the doubt out of your brain oh, I can't hit this. Dude, when I'm drunk, that's the difference between me actually thinking I can knock out some 280-pound motherfucker that has trained MMA for his entire life and and me not, right? You know what I mean? The second I get a couple drinks in me, I'm I'm fucking Superman. So you get under a bar with liquid courage. It's oh, fuck,
I'm not gonna do it, bro.
I think it's different for a lot of people. I know my motor skills go out the fucking window.
2 beers, I'm hammered, bro.
Well,
he had 17 beers. I ended up at a hospital. Let alone.
Oh, dude, I love throwing hands a little.
Dude, I had a Michelob that one time. We went to fucking Top Golf, and I was like, whoo! I was I'm good. I need some chicken wings now.
Liquid courage is great.
No,
Ben's never had a beer in his life.
Can't relate
That's
again.
a good thing though.
Bro's a stud.
Yeah, you don't need alcohol.
I'm also on anti-alcohol gang, bro.
Not optimal.
Well, it's not
at
good
all.
for you.
It's not great for you, but it's also part of our culture, so it's not the worst thing for you. But it's
Part of our culture is a fucking myth. That's what they want you to fucking think. So that you drink and then you
Jesus drank
and then you
wine.
go to a
Jesus
fucking
drank
9 to
wine.
5 and then
The
you're a
fuck?
fucking slave.
Okay.
Fucking
Anyways,
drinking and fucking,
Jesus drank wine, so
you're
it is
a
what it
fucking
is.
slave to the
Kobe.
Matrix.
Okay.
That's why they normalize it.
All right, Andrew Tate.
That's why they try to normalize the body positivity shit too,
Well, that's but that's
and the fucking trans shit.
I was talking to my 92-year-old neighbor, and he's like, I just feel bad for people that are overweight and that are big. And I'm like, why? And he was stunned by my response. I'm like, well, I mean, you don't think they should go for a walk? And he was stunned, and I kind of started going off. I was like, man, I'm about to go get an ice bath. It's fucking 3 p.m. I walked 8K today. I've been to the gym 6 times this week. It's it's your choices.
It's the culture. It's sad that. So I think this is a very interesting point when doctors will say disease is in your genetics.
yeah.
I would argue that your cultural habits are passed down from generation to generation, and that has a lot to do with food, exercise, how you do things on the daily, and that's why disease is generational, because your habits are generational. How the fuck you act is very much based off of how you saw your parents act.
There's a quote. It's like genetics load the gun, but lifestyle pulls the trigger.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I have thyroid issues and no, it runs in my family. It's like, no one runs in your family.
Yeah,
you
like
know? You understand? Like, that's not the problem. Like, let's see your steps on your fucking health app. But like,
please clip that up and send, dude. We got to clip that up and send it to you so you can post that.
I was so honest, bro.
That will go viral.
I wasn't even trying to be funny. I meant that from the depth of my soul.
So,
like,
no one runs in your family.
Al said something to me yesterday that it really resonated. Not even resonated. It's just something we forget. Is that people today live to eat, and when we have to eat we actually have to eat to live. I'm fucking that up. But
Eat to grow.
Eat
I
to
tell people
grow,
that
eat to
eat
live.
on every
doesn't even
call.
matter. And I feel like people we are since 2,000 years ago, we are more stressed than we've ever been. We are living the most comfortable lives we have ever lived. We have access to almost every single piece of information out there
that we think we have
that we
access.
think. Yeah. But I mean, it's out there. Like, look how much like free, easy shit. Like, if you took all of our content and put it together and have someone just do it, they'd be probably in great shape, healthy, happy, not unhappy, less stressed, and just living life. And I think
even if they knew it, they just don't fucking do it
because it's a comfort. Oh man, there's a thing where it's like people that live comfortable, but their life isn't that bad, but it's not good. They stay there.
Your life has to get worse for it to get better. Because
Correct.
if it's only sucks a little bit, you're like, I can tolerate it. But if you like say you're in a relationship and it's like you're kind of unhappy and it sucks for a while, you will stay in there because it's like it's not bad enough for me to end. But if they do something,
well,
like
she go fuck somebody else.
Yeah, then you're fucking pissed.
Yeah,
and then it's over, and then you're single. Then it forces you to make that change. Then your life gets better.
Yep.
You know, so it's kind of like,
again, I had to almost die for me to get sober.
Yeah.
My first friend died, bro, and I didn't even get sober after that. I was doing drugs for 2 whole ass weeks after that, and then I got the bright idea, maybe I should quit after I had a fucking seizure in my bathroom. But you have to reach that, and again,
rock bottom teaches you lessons. Mountaintops
again,
never will.
I had been to jail 3 times. I had 2 felonies at that point in time. None of that shit was a big enough wake up call for me to be like, I should probably stop.
I know a lot of people that have had heart attacks and still aren't willing to change. And I'm like, the next thing is death. I was like, the threshold, I feel like the threshold has gotten way bigger of that comfort zone where it teeters so close to death where it's just now a line instead of a gray area to fall in. And especially when it comes to people's health. And, you know, people think that like, oh, I just have PCOS, that's okay. I'm like, that's a big fucking deal. Like, that's your whole reproductive system going into the shit just because of your lifestyle factors and shit. And then like even men like, oh, testosterone's going down. Oh, you know, it is what it is, part of my genetics. Like, no, motherfucker. You like, do you not see how people looked 2,000 years ago? They looked amazing, right?
Go back to the fucking 80s.
Or 80s, yeah. Like, look at that.
shape.
Everyone's not a single fat person. It used to be, you know what's crazy? Gluttony used to be a fucking thing, and now it's no longer a... What are you guys laughing at?
I saw it.
Please share with the class.
Yeah, what are you laughing at?
Ruben wrote us a fucking list of ideas and topics.
I don't get it. You
Look
read
at
it.
Look at it. Read it.
18,000 cows died in massive explosion in Texas.
Yeah, that's a
Dude,
that's
if
a
their
relevant
life
thing.
prices go up,
Yeah,
I'm
dude, you're
gonna lose
laughing
my
at
shit.
fucking produce and stuff.
I'm reading them. I'm like, yeah.
These are current events.
Like,
Cows exploding.
did you fucking watch CBS News for the
Do you know
first
how
time in
many-
like 4 years and
Do you know how
fucking
many
write these things down? I'm fucking with you, dude.
You guys are fucked up. That's important. You're laughing about it, and we're all fucking. You're gonna be here like, why does milk prices go up? Like, fuck. Like, what the hell?
Who's drinking milk here, bro? Let's be honest. Who's
I drink
drinking milk?
Fairlife.
I drink 2 bottles a day. That's why I'm
He's
an absolute fucking giga chat.
Yeah, you fucking.
I
Average
drink
milk
Fairlife
enjoyer.
every day.
Yes.
I don't. Chicken and rice.
Bro, just
Yeah.
had a Fairlife shake.
Yeah, you can
Yeah, I
put those
just
in,
drink-
you can
I
put
drink milk
the
every
Fairlife
day.
protein shakes in your meal plan. if you
Chicken
want.
and rice. That's all I need, bro. and red chicken.
Did you ever hear of the football coach? I think from Missouri or freaking Michigan, saying that like chicken is the worst thing because the mentality behind eating chicken is a weak animal. When you eat a cow, it's a strong animal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, and the people are like chickens are cowards.
Yeah.
There's no B vitamins. There's no iron.
Well, dude, chicken's terrible in terms of micronutrients.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
just
all
empty protein, bro.
Yeah.
It's literally the same. When people are like, whey protein's terrible, I'm like, you might as well just say chicken's terrible. It's the same fucking shit, basically.
I feel like chicken's like, I don't know. I feel like it digests differently than whey.
It digests.
It doesn't have like the same like whey can have like sucralose, a bunch of artificial sweeteners and bullshit. Chicken's just like.
So your digestive system can handle chicken because there's less processing power. That's why a lot of people steer away from red meat, and a lot of doctors suggest that because their gut microbiome's so fucked up to process red meat. Now, isn't that fucking crazy? Our digestive systems are changing genetically because of all this shit.
Well, they also want us to eat like fucking plant food. If you look,
that's fucked up.
Yeah, I think red meat is like still good. I think a lot of people have like the misconception of that. It's like, oh, it's bad, but it's like
shorties.
So,
do you remember when McDonald's when they first came out with chicken nuggets? The reason they actually came out with it was because that red meat was claimed to be bad.
Yeah,
and so they sold fried chicken nuggets as a healthier alternative to a fucking burger.
And it wasn't even white meat; it was just regular mixed chicken meat. Yeah,
no, we know nothing about health basically, and that was not that long ago. Basically,
dude, they used to. Well, think about
red meat is not.
They used to tell you that saturated fats were the reason why everybody was.
Eggs killed you.
Yeah, no, they're the best thing.
Animal fat is why you're obese.
It has nothing to do with McDonald's.
It has nothing to do with overconsumption. It's the saturated fats in the food that you're eating. Now we know that you need saturated fat in your diet, a little bit of it. Too much, obviously, really bad. Too much trans-saturated fat.
Okay,
right?
but it's one thing. Trans fat's a different thing.
Yeah, no, but
I think that's been pretty much banned, hasn't it?
Isn't trans fat still an unsaturated fat though?
No,
it has double bonds.
Well, again, you want saturated fats from animal proteins. Egg yolks, beef.
Well, you're not going to get fat. If you want to go binge eat steak, good luck getting morbidly obese or eggs.
Yeah,
like it's fucking impossible. Yeah. Like you're going to be.
You have to eat a fuckload.
Do you have like a pound of steak is like 1,000 calories? So for me, let's say I wanted to bulk and I was only going to eat steak. That's 6 pounds of steak to be on like a. Good luck.
I'm never shitting ever.
I'm never. I wouldn't even finish it, bro. My jaw, dude. I don't know. I'd definitely be a giga chat.
Pause.
All right, let's talk about male fertility. Why do y'all think testosterone's so low?
I think it's two things. Truthfully, and I'm not trying to be like Paul Saladino or anything like that, but I do think is the overconsumption of the amount of seed oils, because there's truth behind that. And I just don't like how it's pushed with like content, like the people that make content and just scare people, fear mongering. But
right,
there
Brendan.
Huh?
All right, Brendan.
Who's Brendan?
Figure it out.
Wow.
Yeah, you need to talk to Shata. Shut the fuck up.
Anyways, that's good, right? Seed oils, and then also just lack of just basic human ability to just basic human stuff. Go on walks, exercise, get some sunlight, and I think also like just like masturbating too, just too much, because porn, yeah. Because I think someone said this. I made a thing on like stop jerking off when I was on one of my posts, and someone commented like, "Oh, your body like after 6 to 12 hours it comes back." It's like, yeah, but if you're doing it all the time, your body can't catch up, and if you're not healthy, it won't catch up. So then all this constant masturbating you're doing, you're not actually allowing your body to really
I saw a post reset. And it was like it was basically like water was like lowest tier of like your bodily fluid. Then it was blood, and then it was like sperm was like the highest tier of like bodily fluids you don't want to lose. If you think about it, it creates a fucking life, bro. And like everyone has a drug dealer in their fucking pocket where you can see the most beautiful girls in the world, and no man in history has ever had that, and kids are just fucking. But I've looked at a lot of blood work, and I like look at this random 45-year-old guy who goes to the gym. He eats trash, he eats seed oils, he goes to Zaxby's, he's eating fried chicken post workout. He's smoking a Marlboro Red on the way there, and his test is fucking 900 at 45. But I look at this 22-year-old kid who like exercises, plays sports, he's eating mom's cooking, and his test is 400. I'm just like, what? Like I don't know what it is. A lot of people say it could be the water. I'm sure it probably has something to do with our superheroes looking like pussies now. Like Spider-Man turned to a bitch. What's his name? Hulk is now like got glasses and he's a nerd. Like to his old version of himself. Thor got fat.
Plastics.
We used to have fucking Arnold. We used to have Franco Columbo. Like they were jacked.
Rambo.
Well, I guess we have The Rock, I guess. But
it's the media as a whole, in my opinion, because I think I'd argue that, like, the mental effects of, like, the social media and, like, the media in general today would affect that.
Mm-hmm.
Not like all those fucking seed oil shits probably play a small role, but I think the biggest role is social media and how it affects your mental. That's why the fucking men's mental health is fucking going up so much.
9 out of 10 suicides are men.
You know, your mental plays a big role, I would say, in how your test. I don't know if that's true. That could be false info.
Let's think of it
trying to make
way.
everyone hate being a man. No one wants to be a man.
Think of it this way: when my dad's like generation was growing up, my dad's 67, so it's a little bit older than like your dad, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so older, like probably a generation above your parents.
My dad's like 62.
Yeah, okay, so the same generation, dude. Those dudes like his friends look like grown ass men at like 16.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so what changed from then to dude? Like, no, I don't see any grown ass men. It's like few and far between. Mm-hmm. So I look around and see the little boys, and it looks like it gets worse every year. Mm. You notice when you're in high school, you're like, dude, the kids keep getting smaller.
Yeah, I noticed that in like high school sports.
Dude, the kids,
the teams get worse and worse.
Dude, my friend's older brothers, we thought, like, looking at them, I was like, dude, they're like grown ass men. Like, I don't understand how none of us are like. Like, my older friends, like Chapman, who just recently passed away, rest in peace. Like, dude, Chapman was like shaving at like 12.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like fully fledged shaving, bro. And like that, like my homies generation, like I started shaving at like 16. You know what I mean? So like
18, 20 for me.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying, bro. So like, dude, it's like we kept getting smaller. Mm-hmm. The grades after me, bro, the kids got smaller. They keep getting smaller. I don't know what's happening, but it's something's fucking happening.
Well, look at the Little League World Series.
Yeah, they look like they're six.
Insane.
Six.
I remember watching that shit when I was like younger.
Dude, they look like grown ass men.
When I was younger than them, they were like a year older than me at the time, and they looked fucking grown as shit, like 6 fucking foot, just monsters. And now they look like preschoolers.
Bro, going to watch Beach Ball Classic, like when I was like in middle school and shit. It changed even so much. Like, you've got some people like Zion Williamson and shit, but dude, like when I was in like middle school, it's like every motherfucker was that big that was playing ball like that. You know what I mean? Like, you go to fucking Hartsville and it's like, what are these people feeding these boys down here? Like, holy shit. Like, you go to Dillon and you're like, huh? What the fuck? Like,
so, perfect example, like Ben being younger than us, and if you look back through your old pictures, think about where you would be if you didn't start bodybuilding. Would you still look the same? Like you were pretty skinny, frail looking kid. No offense.
I
was too. You too.
I would be 120 pounds unhealthy. Fucking.
But specifically Ben's generation, because Ben's 10 years from me. That's a huge, right? That's a huge block of time.
Well, I'm 5, so I'm in the middle, and it even caught up with my generation.
But it's accelerating. What I'm saying is it's accelerating every year, like just like the pastor said, 2020 hit,
and then everything like
fucking turbo boost, and it's really, and I'm really happy that we all found like church, because it makes you realize this, and I feel better, and I'm not worried, which is cool, because like all this shit going on, I Jesus, right? Like,
I just thought of something. Here's maybe something. I don't know if this was the case for your school, but like at Waccamaw, sports players weren't cool. Like back in the day, you watch like high school movies, like the popular person was the sports person. Yeah, bro. It was who
for you guys?
Yeah, it was like who had parties and who sold drugs and like who could do whatever they wanted. That's why I was cool.
Yeah, that's great, because it was sports.
So like, that's, and then even so for like my friends older
parties too.
Yeah, so even so for like my friends' older brothers, bro, it was more sports. Like Chapman was the running back on the high school football team.
Yeah.
He was homecoming king. Like it was like a high school movie, like typical like fucking 2000s high school movie. You know what I mean? Like he's the football player, he's like it's almost like what was valued changed. Cuz that was not valued as a thing when I went to school. It was who could get girls. Like who could fuck a lot of bitches. I hate to say that, but like that's exactly what it was. Like ratio. If I'm going to have people at my house, what's the fucking ratio? You bringing dick or you bringing girls, bro? Like shit. Fucking.
What do you bring, Dawson?
No, like, but seriously, and so that's what
I
made you.
identify as a female.
That's what made you cool. Now,
Yeah.
And it's probably still partying. I would venture to say at Walmart, it's definitely still partying. You know what I mean? Like that's what is valued. It's not like.
I think it's changed a little bit more though, because I can see how it's less of what you used to do now, and it's more of like TikTok. Like I'm not saying the drug use or anything like that is less prevalent. I'm saying it's different because you used to do drugs, but you also used to like party, social, all this. I think it's even worse now because now you have drugs and less social stuff, and it's just everyone in their room on TikTok. This is the life I live.
Doing
and
drugs on their
doing
phone
drugs
by themselves.
being depressed on the phone, showing that. It's fucking strange. And the shit I see on TikTok sometimes, that app is like really weird, and if I hop on it too long, if I'm paying attention to it, it feeds me more of that shit, and it makes me upset. And I know I'm not depressed, but I'm like, holy fuck, if someone was depressed and they had other people and acknowledged them, and it's like, oh yeah, they're doing this, that gives me the right to feel this way too, so I'm gonna do this too. And it doesn't allow them to get out of that fucking funk and that constant scrolling. So like that's the parallels I see with my sister, the generation, like 17, 18-year-olds coming up now, like just always being on here. It's fucking just wild to see.
TikTok knows when you're vulnerable somehow. Like your phone like listens to you, it knows when you're going through some shit. You go through a breakup, it knows. It's going to give you like all these videos on it. It's crazy to me. Like
I've been feeling my.
I just don't get on that shit, bro. Like I go on there, I post, I ghost, I'm off in 15 minutes, 10 minutes a day tops. Like I fucking.
That's why I've been filling my algorithm up with stuff that I enjoy, that stresses me, that doesn't stress me out, that I like, lifting stuff. Like I even got painting on there. Which
I feel like
is
it's easier for me to do that on Instagram than TikTok, because Instagram's not as like emotional, I guess. But I like open TikTok and I'll see like a wholesome video of some dude helping like an old man or something, and I'll like cry. Like
there's a lot.
It could like pull on your heartstrings a lot easier for some reason.
It's the most popular app, so you're gonna see more plethora of things around the world on it. So it's not like it's you just see so much. You see so much more on TikTok because there's so much more. There's a bigger pool to fish from, and you don't know what you're gonna catch one day. And whatever you catch, you're gonna stick to it, and that's just the tone for the day or the week that you're gonna go through, and that's the algorithm part of it. What are we doing? Are we making fun of my list?
No, bro. We're fucking reading it, mate. You fucking donut.
Yeah.
Let's
You fucking donut.
Yeah, you gotta redo that one.
You can do it. I need you to do the
You
frat
like the
bro
chicken?
accent.
You like the chicken rice thing I did on top? The little doodle.
Oh, dude.
I was doodling
I'm gonna
it.
save
and then
this
I
to
was-
wipe my ass with it later.
That's crazy.
That was very mean.
That's crazy.
That one hurt.
It looks like it'd
Give
be
me it,
painful.
bro.
I'm not gonna lie.
I
Oh,
hope
we've softened it up a little bit. We've been folding it.
I hope it breaks and your finger just goes right up your
What are you
ass.
doing, bro?
You don't know how to
Look
make.
at
They never
it,
taught
dude.
you this in school.
What are you doing?
You know how to make a piece
This
of paper.
isn't a survival
tissue
skill. How to wipe your ass at school? You fucking.
paper? You know how to make.
My school had toilet paper.
Yeah. I was like,
Fuck you.
oh, I shit in the book.
Bro's just taking his notebook to the bathroom and going ham.
If you fold it and then unfold it like 4 or 5 times, it'll turn into like tissue paper, dude.
What's the moral that we were talking about? We're talking about men's fertility, and we got off the TikTok. Testosterone, right?
I think it's the social media, bro.
I think social media definitely takes a huge.
I think it's the
it-
mental.
I think it's all multifaceted, but I think all of them play a role for sure.
I think the shit that we see, and the reason we see it is because the fucking Matrix, the government wants us to be soft so that we abide by the rules and we all just fucking live and die.
Bro's about to get Andrew Tated.
I can believe. Yeah, but you know what?
I think well they don't want me to say that obviously because they don't want people to wake the fuck up and realize what the hell they're doing.
You know how much harder it was to
But-
to control our people when we had fucking
Freedom of speech.
like when men were like, all right, we don't like what's happening, like we will fucking raise up arms and
Shoot shit.
fuck you guys.
It's a different.
People ain't
war
got
if
balls for that
happens.
no more.
It's a different.
No, bro. I'm saying if every American citizen had the same mentality of like fucking like pre or post Civil War or something like that, like where fucking like it's states' rights, states' laws, things of that nature. The federal government does not supersede shit like that. Like I definitely would say that's played a large role as the big government playing a larger role in our everyday lives.
Well,
You know what I mean?
I think the turbo boost got hit for all the bad shit, but the turbo boost also got hit for a lot of people that are waking the fuck up. And
I'm weary of any government that wants to solve people's problems for them.
Yeah, that's you. It's not meant. You shouldn't. You should solve your own problems.
Do you see how terrible they are at solving problems?
Dude, they don't want to solve your problems. It's the killing you softly plaque. We'll solve your problems, but we're killing you softly.
Think about how long and how many people worked at NASA to not get shit done. And then Elon Musk comes along as one individual man with like 5 friends.
Yeah.
I don't think he has a degree. He may.
He does. I think he does, but he came from South Africa with his own.
I think the people that work for him have a degree. I don't think he has a degree.
See the vision.
But yeah, no, he motherfucker gets to space in a year with like less than like $1 million or some shit.
Well, it's because the private sector's see, this is what happens. The private sector proves that we're not talking about this, guys. The private sector proves that it works, and then the government will take it over, but then it'll just ruin it. That's how it always works. That's how the drug companies work. Private sector, boom. Like look at Martin Shkreli, or what's the name is, who invented the cure for AIDS. He didn't sell his drug to the drug companies, and the government fucking made him turn into like a villain. Like turned him into a villain.
Cure for AIDS.
Huh?
There ain't no cure for AIDS.
He created a cure for it, and he didn't sell.
When?
You never knew this? All right, let me enlighten you. So he created a drug that cured AIDS or HIV, and he didn't sell it to the drug companies, and he wanted to charge it, like, to the drug companies. He goes, it's going to cost this much. He goes, no, but you have a cure, like in the court, and it was like a Congress thing, and he just pled the fifth the whole time, and he was sent away to jail, and he never sold the drug because he didn't want. His words were, I don't want the drug companies to take advantage of every person to charge whatever they want for this drug.
Like they do with insulin.
Yeah. So it's really shit. It's really shitty what drug companies are doing.
Someone was telling me that this guy used cold plunge and sauna to like cure cancer the other day. Some guy in the gym was telling me, he's like, yeah, if you do that and like an alkaline diet, like cancer only like thrives in like acidic.
I think it's
something.
I think it's anecdotal because there's studies about vitamin C, high doses of vitamin C curing cancer and stuff like that in South America, and like that's tough because it's just
figure it out.
Figure it out.
This shit's crazy. This shit crazy.
It's awkward, right, Dawson?
What are you doing, dude? Like, this is what I'm saying. This is why I don't give you anything.
I'm creating tissue paper.
You fucking ripped it, you piece of shit.
You can still read it.
All right, well then read it.
Paper that bad?
Well, dude, the last one was about the government hack, and I don't.
We didn't even do the.
No, we talked about everything we need to talk about.
Yeah, dude.
I think we're good.
What do you mean?
We talked about the testosterone thing. We don't want to talk about that first thing because we talked about it last week.
Yeah,
but we already had to do. I think we hopped on it.
It says U.S. intelligence leaked in a Discord. Guy got arrested.
That's
super vague.
Well, you guys don't know about that? Like,
I know nothing about that. No.
Really?
I don't fucking watch.
So the guy leaked a lot of information. It was on Discord. He leaked all the information about the Ukraine war and what the U.S. was going to do, and he turned himself in because he found it and leaked it, and he was like, "Oh shit, I'm going to turn myself in." Well, peacefully, and turns out the government, just to fearmonger and for the media, sent like fucking 12 SWAT teams to his house. Meanwhile, he's a Christian man too, that and like wasn't like guns pointed, his kids were fucking screaming and stuff like that, and the media showed this is the guy who did this as a way to kind of deter anyone from leaking any information. It's fucking wild what the media and the government can conspire to do, and it's just kind of like waking us up.
It's like I said, it's the fucking Matrix. They want you to be soft. They want you to be weak. They don't want you to go to the gym. They don't want you to have your own fucking
family
thoughts and opinions and fucking views, and
family's a big one.
They want you to abide so that they can hold all power in life. But we have the power. You have the power of your fucking mind in Jesus Christ. Amen. That's the Chicken Rice Potter. We're out of here.
Watch this far, comment firmament.
No, don't comment.
Don't comment.
That was just so random, dude. Just so fucking random. You fucking donut. Comment.
You gotta redo that one.
Comment donut. That sounds lit. Code chicken. Code chicken, not code optimal. Hell yeah. Peace out, boys.